Hey guys, okay, so I just wanted to check in with y'all and tell you about something crazy that happened the other night where my hand all of a sudden started feeling like it was huge, like sausage fingers. Like it felt like my hand was ginormous, and my phone that I had in it the other time felt like it was this small, like a tiny miniature, teeny tiny phone, and my hands were like sausages, like my fingers. My fingers were sausages holding this teeny tiny phone, and they were heavy. Like I was looking at it and my hand looked completely normal, but it felt like it was real. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and it was just really weird because I was looking at it, looked normal, but the feeling was completely different. And I knew I had heard of this symptom whatever before, and I couldn't remember what it was called, but it was just, and nothing else felt wrong. I didn't feel dizzy, I didn't feel like loopy or high or whatever, but it was just my hand felt crazy. I was like, oh, this is called something. And so, and I was still able to scroll with my phone, I was still able to use my thumb just normal, but it just felt weird. And so like, whatever, I'll just keep using it. And it went away on its own after like 10 minutes. But I remembered the next day after I was looking it up, it's called Alice in Wonderland Syndrome. Where like, you know, why are your eyes so big? Why are your hands so big? Whatever. And so I thought today I'd talk a little bit about what Alice in Wonderland Syndrome is, and there's apparently different components of it. We're going to talk a little bit about that today. Okay. I'm gonna read from my notes. I don't feel like looking down and looking up and looking down and then cutting and editing all that. So y'all are just gonna deal with me doing this today. I got notes. Okay, so what is Alice in Wonderland Syndrome? It's a rare condition that disrupts your brain's ability to process sensory input. A disruption affects how you perceive the size of things you see around you, the feel or look of your own body, or both. So I was not seeing anything different. It just looked, I wasn't seeing, it didn't look, it just felt different. It can also distort your sense of reality. That didn't happen for me. Okay, what are the symptoms of Alice in Wonderland Syndrome? All right, so there's self-perception symptoms, me. Your brain monitors and manages your body's functions. Extremely important to keep you safe and healthy. However, it's also possible for something to go wrong with this ability, which is what happens with self-perceptive symptoms of Alice in Wonderland Syndrome. Changes to perception of your body. This can cause part of your body to feel too big, partial macrosomatosis. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that, but that's me. Or too small, partial micromethanosis. This effect can also cause your whole body to feel unusually tall or unusually short. Next one is derealization. This is a form of disassociation when you feel disconnected from the whole world around you. I don't have that. Depersonalization. This type of disassociation makes you feel disconnected from your own body, thoughts, or feelings. Some people describe this as feeling like watching your own life in third person, as if you were watching from over your own shoulder or outside yourself. That would feel crazy or wild. Feeling of being split in two, known as somatopsychic. I'm sorry, I cannot. Duality. People often describe this as feeling as if they're split in two vertically. That makes them feel as if their body's left and right halves exist separately, but they can still feel both. Wow, that would be, again, wild. Next one is disruption in sense of time. This changes your ability to judge the passage of time. People who experience this may feel that the time is standing still, or as if time is greatly slowed or sped up. All right, so those are the self-perception symptoms of Alice in Wonderland Syndrome. So I just only have the first. This one part of my body, my right hand, felt too big. All right, the next part is visual perception symptoms. Changes in size. Objects may appear larger or smaller than they actually are. Changes in distance. Objects may appear closer or farther than they actually are. Changes in both size and distance. People appearing smaller than they actually are. Okay. Changes in object appearance. Objects can appear distorted. Straight lines can look wavy or squiggly. All right, so those are the visual perception symptoms. What causes Alice in Wonderland syndromes? Migraines, infections, seizures. People who have seizure-related conditions, especially epilepsy. Hello, that's us. or those of you that watch my channel because of epilepsy, can experience Alice in Wonderland Syndrome. Certain types of strokes, mental health conditions, medications, recreational drugs, brain tumors, degenerative brain diseases. Obviously, since it starts in the brain, that would make sense from all these brain things. Is it contagious? No, it's not contagious. Okay, so that's basically on my notes. So that, I just thought it was interesting why it happens in the brain, and since my epilepsy causes are on the left side of my occipital region of my brain, that makes sense why it would only happen in my right hand, because opposite. But yeah, it only lasts for a few minutes. It was really weird when it happens, and it's not contagious. It doesn't hurt anything. It's just trippy. It's really trippy that happens, and it's rare. It's only happened like 3 times in the 3 years I've had epilepsy, but it just happened the other night, made me think of it. I was like, I know there's a name for this. And yeah, Alice in Wonderland Syndrome. Oh my, your hands are very big. Whatever. So yeah, do any of y'all have any of those symptoms of Alice in Wonderland Syndrome? Not just that, and didn't know a name to put to it. And if you did have one of those crazy names that you couldn't pronounce, now you have a name you can pronounce. It sounds kind of cool. Let me know in the comments, and I'd love to hear it. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will hopefully see you next week. Thanks, bye.